Hello everybody. Recently we gave you a video that Dr. Kelly Baltuska made about office stretches to get rid of lower back pain. So he talked about, he did a really good job explaining in his video about how most of us unfortunately have jobs where we sit at a computer all day long. And so that pattern overload of 8 hours straight of just leaning forward in a computer, that makes these muscles, your hip flexors really tight, and gives you a natural lower back arch that makes your lower back tight. And that can cause lower back pain. And also if you cross your legs when you sit, like a lot of people do, cross your ankles or cross your legs, it makes these muscles really tight too. And that muscle imbalance that we get from pattern overload, that can cause lower back pain, knee pain, and create all kinds of problems. And so he showed you some stretches. I'm going to show you another form that we use is self-myofascial release or foam rolling. And we're going to start with your feet, and we're going to work from the bottom up. We'll go for your feet and then your calves. The first thing to do, a lot of times people have problems with their feet. There's a muscle, a ligament that goes from your big toe and just goes all the way under your foot, the arch of your foot, that can get really tight sometimes. And so the first thing you can probably do, especially if you're a runner or anything like that, to help loosen that up, is to take your shoe off and put a tennis ball on the floor and just start at the ball of your big toe and just push against the floor and rub against it. This is going to help work out that tight spot. Do it for, just push hard against the floor, do it for a good 30 seconds on each foot. You can do it a few times and you'll be able to tell a big difference in the tightness of your foot. We're going to start with your calves. Try to work out the knots in your calves. Just use a tennis ball and anything that you can put to elevate your calf. Okay, so the way this works, I'm just hold my leg here so you can see it. Just put this, put the middle of your calf right on top of here, and your other foot, just going to put it right on top of there so it's putting a little more pressure on your calf. And instead of just being on the foam roller and rolling back and forth, using these little patterns, it's going to help work out the tight muscle just a little bit better. Okay, and so first you're just going to put your foot on top of your calf, and so it's on the tennis ball, it's putting a lot of pressure here. And you're just going to raise your toe and drop it. Raise your toe and drop it. We'll do this 4 times. And while you're doing this, we're going to make sure you breathe. Whenever we feel pain, our body's reaction is to hold your breath. We don't want to do that. So make sure you're breathing in and out the whole time you do this. 4 of these, and now you're going to take your foot and go in circles. Everything's 4, so it's a pattern of 4. 4 circles this way, and then switch directions. 4 circles that way, and then you're going to slide your foot down a little ways. Now you're going to raise your knee and come back down. Raise your knee, come back down. Okay, and we'll go back and do the same thing with this time. That was kind of on the middle of your calf. You can change the position of where this tennis ball is every time you do this. So you can put it a little bit higher. You can move your foot so it's a little bit more on the inside of your calf. You can move it so it's a little bit on the outside of your calf. Just kind of change the position just a little bit every time. So I'm going to go down just a little bit so it's a little bit higher. And we'll go through the same motion. This won't take very long. It'll make a big difference to loosen up your muscles. Let's go through about 3 cycles for each calf. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes. Just make sure you keep breathing. A lot of problems that we have with your hip flexors and everything else, sometimes it can stem from just having really tight calves. So this is one that a lot of people have really tight. Good. Go through it a couple times through the pattern. So it's raise your foot, drop it 4 times, circles one direction, circles the other way, it's 4 each, and then raise your knee, come back down. And just every time you go through, put it in a different spot. So you can start right in the middle of your calf, then go to the inside of your calf, then go to the outside of your calf, or go a little bit lower, then go a little bit higher. And wherever your calf seems to be tightest, that's where you want to go. And this will help work it out. And then after you get done each time, then come up to your feet, kind of bounce around on your foot just a little bit. You'll tell a huge difference as soon as you stand up.